to the following presentation of the National Football League.
After a long two-week build-up here in the Bay Area, the moment has finally arrived. It is time for football here at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Folks, this is Super Bowl 60, and we've got an outstanding matchup on tap. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion New England Patriots taking on the NFC champions. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our AFC champions. And this was a fight just to get to the Super Bowl. You got to figure that they are very battle-tested and ready.
I'd agree with you 100% about that. You don't get there without having those types of attributes, and that's what you look for in a Super Bowl team. Character, confidence. These guys don't lack for either of those qualities. Now they're here. Now they're ready to win.
Meanwhile, our NFC champions, they have gone to a lot to get where they are. Everybody knows their story this season. What's the key for them as they start this Super Bowl?
Let's go full cliche on this one because it works. Remember what got you here. Been a winning formula all season long. This is a team that when we saw them in the preseason, we said they look like a group that has what it takes to be a Super Bowl winning team. And we've been proven right by what we've seen throughout the season.
Their meeting in Super Bowl 49 was thrilling. What's in store here? The Pats and Seahawks are underway. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. As we take a peek at Sam Darnold, the former USC Trojan and third pick in the 2018 draft.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we're looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. Big article in the paper this morning talking about how they wanted to get chunk plays in the run game. Well, early on, there's a good one.
There is, and for guys on defense, they've got to remember the old adage. You've got to meet force with force, and if you don't, you get run over, as they did on that last play.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Stuck for a loss by Christian Barmore.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. He'll let this go for the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker with a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the Seahawks will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. So a long play for our first points in the Super Bowl.
No doubt about it, and what we see here is something that we saw all year long from them. The ability to strike from anywhere on the field. How about the way they got it started in this one?
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Seahawks 7.
Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was Ken Walker who finished things off with a touchdown catch.
Jason Myers.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So here come the Patriots now on offense. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And there are a lot of quarterbacks who had terrific careers. Think about guys like Phillip Rivers, Randall Cunningham, Dan Fouts, Warren Moon. But they never got to a Super Bowl. Yet here he is in his second NFL season, already getting his chance. And we harken back to Dan Marino, another superstar, made it in his second year, lost the game, and never made it back again.
First carry now for Ramondre Stevenson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Now that's how you start a drive. Not only do you pick up a first down, you do it on a chunk play. Big yardage, and now you put a little bit of a dent in the confidence of the defense.
Back to Stevenson on first down. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first two plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really liked? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Looking to throw, May. He finds Douglas complete. Will go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up the third down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on third down is May. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 34-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage. Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
May going to give it to Henderson. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Officially nothing on that one, no gain. So they're left with still 10 to go on third down. To the air, May. That'll be swung out wide here for Henderson. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no first down. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
They're going on fourth down. May work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. That's a fourth down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Charles, their first drive of the game, and already they're taking chances here, but they get the fourth down conversion. I'm curious, do you think that that's something they game plan for on the opening drive if it came up, or is that something that happened organically?
I think that they game plan for it, Brandon, and when you think about it, Let's just say it. The word analytics is a big part of how everyone looks at a game nowadays, but it's not just the analytics. It's a coach willing to be daring, willing to be bold, and they certainly were there.
Second and 10. Straight ahead, it's Stevenson. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
To throw, it's May. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Pass interference. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Now Andres Borregales for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a New England touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
18 on the play. First down, Seahawks.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down. Play action. It's Darnold. He completes this to Walker. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A 5-yard pass on first down and another 5-yard connection there.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's going to take this down close to the first as he's brought down at the Patriots 37. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, here's Walker. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On comes the Seahawks kicker here on fourth down. It's Jason Myers. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. Myers' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out here with the option left. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on second down.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. May now off the bootleg. Short pass caught by Henry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he's going to ball his way forward to the 48. 42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That's good for a Patriots first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing here is May. Short pass caught by Henry. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
We've got a lot more ahead of us here in Super Bowl 60. Second quarter coming your way next. 10-7 our score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Appreciate everyone joining us. Super Bowl 60 here tonight. Time to begin the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis up in the booth as we get set to resume play. Appreciate everyone joining us. Super Bowl 60 here tonight. Time to begin the second quarter. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis up in the booth as we get set to resume play. That one good for 13 at a New England first down.
That's another Patriots first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Here's May. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Henderson. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks' 18-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll throw with May. And he's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
They'll run the jet sweep with Douglas. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots have moved out in front. Well, we've talked about it before. You know, this jet sweep, something a lot of teams like to run nowadays, and this one winds up in the end zone.
And it is all about creating different ways to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And wasn't it interesting that prior to this game, the head coach told us, I saw this sitting at my chair watching a Tuesday night college game and decided to implement it myself.
The extra point now for Borregales. And that makes it 14-10. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Here's Darnold. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. To throw is Darnold. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
incomplete.
Darnold's pass. Thrown away.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep for New England is Marcus Jones. .47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Patriots take over. Offense gets set to go, and there's Ramondre Stevenson. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. They go play action now. May. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They'll set up a throw. Got a man, Boutte. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Stevenson gets it again on 2nd down. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. Now the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
So on 4th down, here's Bryce Baringer on to punt for the Patriots. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Credit the tackle for loss to Harold Landry.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now it's Darnold. Smith and Jigba with the grab. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. And Darnold just beating the play clock. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Possession back to the Patriots. Ramondre Stevenson headed out with the offense.
It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point.
And the drive starts with a carry by Stevenson.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
He was brought down at the 28-yard
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle, but give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
From the shotgun, May with it. That pass complete. Here's Butte with it.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They're going to look to throw.
Setting up a screen for Stevenson. And he will have a Patriots first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
Gain of 6. And the Patriots first down.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
On the draw is Stevenson.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down at a yard.
They'll set up to throw.
Gets this complete to Butte.
Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
On the handoff, Stevenson.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Now a stoppage for an injured player. A lot of people holding their breath on this one right now. That's Stephon Diggs, who is shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
Now May on the sneak. And he will have the Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
That good for 19 and a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the gun, it's Stevenson. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 73 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Looking to throw. May. Touchdown! Hunter Henry from 6 yards away. And the Patriots continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Borregales now for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles, really in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. You might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First down.
Here's Darnold. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To the air again, Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Darnold. He'll try and do this himself. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Now Darnold. He gets this complete to Shaheed. And he's taken down inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
First down, Seattle.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Faking the give, Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 21-yard line.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He hit his first, this one from 38. Myers' kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Johnson now returning. So 2 quarters in the books here in Santa Clara. The Super Bowl 60 halftime straight ahead with Scott Hanson.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hanson with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the 3rd quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. These 2 teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive to about the 33-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 6. To throw, it's May. Going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's May. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
10 yards. And the Patriots 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now a handoff, Stevenson. And a lane slowly materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. To the air, May. And Diggs has it. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 41-yard line. 2 catches in the 1st half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense is getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. May now off the bootleg. That's to the running back, Ramondre Stevenson. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the 1st down.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
And good yardage there on 1st down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
On the counter, it's Stevenson. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the 1st half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Now May on the sneak, and he will have a Patriots 1st down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the 1st down.
As we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. And the Patriots are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That's another Patriots first down. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Stevenson is into the end zone. Touchdown, New England. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
The extra point now for Borregales. And the lead is up to 15 now. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it was polished off by a Ramondre Stevenson touchdown run. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all, pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Looking to put a drive together. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the first.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
That'll be caught by Cup. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. Darnold now to throw. And Walker with it over the middle. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. To throw is Darnold. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Now they snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25. Now to the ground. Here's Walker.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, Darnold. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Seahawks get a bit closer. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the 1st half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And this one's back to an 8-point game. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Offense gets set to go, and there's Ramondre Stevenson.
He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. Looking to put a drive together.
They'll throw with May.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Douglas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
49 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Open man, the tight end, Henry.
A gain of 19 yards.
Up next, the biggest quarter of the entire season. At the end of that, we get to crown a champion. We are through 3 here in Super Bowl 60.
We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
This one incomplete and over everybody. Looked like a clear throwaway. But the officials, they're going to say there's a receiver over there in the area, so no flags, and it's 3rd down. Throwing here is May. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Just because you got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
After the made field goal, back out is Borregales to kick this one away. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. And we're at the time of this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now it's Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And Shaheed going to go in motion. Darnold from the gun. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Here's Darnold. A throw off his back foot there. That's going to wind up incomplete.
After that incompletion, I almost get the sense that he's going to look up at the booth and kind of look at us and say, hey, you guys got any suggestions? It's been that kind of game, hasn't it? They've had him on the run throughout.
Yeah, and I get that you're trying to make a play here losing 4th quarter, but to throw when you're not set with pressure coming could have been an interception.
Very much so, and it's been that kind of game for him. They've had him on the run, had him off balance. He's got to find a way to make some big-time throws down the stretch.
New England's offense set to go. And they have been the better of the two sides to this point with a 2-score lead, 4th quarter of this Super Bowl, and the Lombardi Trophy within reach as they start this drive 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Here's May. He'll dump this down to Stevenson. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Second and 6. Back to throw. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's good for a Patriots first down. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Douglas, the man in motion. Now a fake on a jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
Second and 9.
Now second and 9. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got him this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
Looking to throw, May. To the sideline and incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, first and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Darnold. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. They'll set up a throw. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
This offense so far on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be third and 6. And Shaheed going to go in motion. From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First down, Seahawks.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now off the bootleg, Darnold. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete.
This defense knows. Fourth quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Again, Darnold. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs.
First down, Seattle.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Play action. It's Darnold. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, Walker. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Now Darnold. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 15-yard line.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And inside give to Jones. And he'll find his way down right around the 12. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
On 2nd and 7, Darnold. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Walker trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on first down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
2nd and goal from the 1. Walker once more, and this time he's in. Touchdown, Seattle. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. And we may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
All right, now the Seahawks face a big 2-point conversion attempt. They're going to throw for the 2 with Darnold. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A one-score game, fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. Looking to put a drive together. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Douglas. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
Now, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 5. To throw, it's May. Gets this complete to Butte.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
To the air, May.
And the screen unsuccessfully dropped it.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Straight ahead, it's Stevenson.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's May. Short pass caught by Henry. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 28. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Stevenson now on 1st and 10.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
From the 25, here's 2nd down and 7.
Again, it's Stevenson. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down.
Out of the gun, they give it to Stevenson.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They're looking at a fourth down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to put him a touchdown and a two-point conversion up. And his kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. And they will take a knee here. Time for this one final knee to put a bow on this title bout. And it's another Super Bowl title for the New England Patriots. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all off season, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
So that'll conclude another captivating season of the NFL on EA Sports. So for Charles Davis and all the hardworking men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying good night from Santa Clara.